So when it comes to pike fishing, you're going to need knots that are not only strong but reliable. So in this video I'm going to show you 4 knots that's not only going to be reliable but mostly it's going to be strong for your pike fishing. But most importantly, what it's going to do is improve your fishing in general, because you can use these knots in other aspects of fishing. So these knots I'm going to show you individually today is a Palomar knot, an improved clinch knot, a double uni knot, and then a uni knot, and showing you how it's best to connect it to your reel, because these are the most popular knots that I use when it comes to my fishing. And when it comes to pike fishing especially, you need knots that are going to be strong and reliable, and I'm going to show you how to do these knots individually. So the first knot I'm going to show you is called an improved clinch knot. So let's get started. So once you've fed your line through, you give yourself enough of a tag end. You're just going to then twist it 5 times. Make sure you don't get your hook caught in your fingers. Once you've twisted it 5 times, you've got a tag end just here, and as you can see there's a loop just here. You're going to take that tag end and feed it through that loop. As you do that, you can see there's then another loop just here. You're going to feed it back on itself and pass it through that loop as well. Holding the tag end, which is just here, you're then going to apply a bit of moisture, saliva, and once you do that, it's just a case of then start to pull it tight. Now, because this is thick line, it might not look too good. As you start to pull it together, you can see it's starting to come together just here, and then as you pull it, it tightens down on itself, and then that's your knot done. So then just a case of cut off your tag end. That knot is not going to break, it's very strong. You can use this knot on your clips, on your wire traces, or as you can see here, you can do it directly to a jig head. So the knot some people will use is a Palomar knot. The way to do that is take your line, give yourself enough of a tag end, just bend it over to create a wee small loop. You're then going to feed it through the swivel on this occasion, which is just a swivel on a weight that I'm using. You're then going to feed it through. So once you've pushed it through, you're going to take your loop, bend over your line here, and then push it back through here. As you can see, but as you push it back through here, this holding it in tight and in place, that whatever it is you've got it on, whether it be a swivel, or in this case it's a weight on a swivel, you're going to feed it back through. Feed it back through. And then you're just going to pull it all tight together. Then once you pull it all together, it's just a case of then cutting off this tag end. As you can see, I've got hunters here. So cut off your tag end, and that's that connected. So the next knot I'm going to show you is a double uni knot. This is where you're going to take 2 separate lines and then make it into one. It's a wee bit complicated to start with, but once you do it a few times it's actually quite easy. Places where you're going to use this type of knot, I use it when I'm pike fishing, where I'm going from braid to fluorocarbon, and you're using that as a leader and you want it to just be in one line. You don't want it connected by a clip or anything like that. You want a straight line through from your braid to your fluorocarbon. A double uni knot will come in handy with that. The same with if you want to go a stealth approach with fluorocarbon when you say carp fishing, as I do, you'll use a double uni knot to connect it. So what you're going to do is you're going to have 2 lines, and you're going to create 2 knots, and then pull it together to make it into one line. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your main line, which would be coming from your reel, and the other line is the line you're going to attach for, say, if it was a fluorocarbon or your leader. Here I'm using an almost white yellow thick braid, and the same with a luminous orange. This is purely just so you can see it better on the video. So you're going to take this line here, give yourself enough tag end, and the same here with the orange. You're going to give yourself plenty of room to manoeuvre. To create it, the first knot, you're going to twist it, this to create a loop. Next stage is you're going to take that same line and you're going to wrap it 4 times around the orange line and also this loop that you've just created. So feed it through once, feed it through twice, feed it through a 3rd time, and then feed it through a 4th time. Once you feed it through a 4th time, you should have something looking like this. Then it's a case of taking both tag ends and then pull it together slowly. You could add a wee bit of moisture to it, and as you can see, it creates a knot there. You're then going to move down here, further down your line, and you're going to do the same but in reverse with the other line. You're just going to take your orange line, create a loop as you did with the before, and then wrap around 4 times. Once you wrap it around the 4th time as before, you're just going to take both tag ends, pull it all together and create a knot, as you can see just here. Once you've got both knots, as you can see just here, it's then a case of making this one line. So you take your both lines, you take both your lines, and then you're just going to pull them together. That's going to bring the 2 knots together, as you can see. As you can see, it brings the 2 knots together, and then it's just a case of cutting off the tag ends. And then once you've cut off the tag ends, as you can see, it's one solid line. You're basically putting one knot to the other knot, and that's not going to break. So far I've showed an improved clinch knot onto a jig head, and the next knot I've showed you is a double uni knot with the 2 different lines. When it comes to fishing, the other thing you're going to need to know is how to put your line correctly onto your reel. So I'm going to show you a knot that you would do with that. There's a few ways you can put this on, but one of the ways I like doing it, which is just my personal preference, is a uni knot. So as before where you've done a double uni knot, this one is just going to be a single. So as before, you would create a loop, and then you're going to feed your tag end, wrap around both parts of the line and within the loop 4 times. So do it once, feed it through, do it twice. You're going to have something like this where it's a loop. As you pull your line down, as you can see, and pulling it tight, it creates that uni knot. And then carefully feed it on to your reel. Now I'm using really thick braid here, purely just so you can see in the video. Just a case of taking your scissors and then cutting off that tag end. As you can see, that's your knot secured onto the reel. Then it's just a case of closing your bail arm, and obviously you line the bail on your rod, and then you've just got to wind down and put your line onto your reel. So I hope these 4 knots that I've showed you today in this video is not only going to help you, but I hope you found this video enjoyable. Till next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.